Headline number 2, Meta and Amazon are teaming up. Again, according to CNBC, Meta has debuted a new feature allowing users to link their Facebook and Instagram accounts to Amazon. Quote, for the first time, customers will be able to shop Amazon's Facebook and Instagram ads and check out with Amazon without leaving the social media apps. An Amazon spokesperson said in a statement, customers in the US will see real-time, also can be said as real-time pricing, Prime eligibility.
Really struggling with this one.
I had too much coffee today. I am feeling it. Oh my God. Prime eligibility, delivery estimates, and product details on select Amazon product ads in Facebook and Instagram as part of the new experience, end quote. Cassie, let's go to you first on this one. What do you think of this? If you can't beat them in social commerce strategy, then join them from both parties. What letter grade would you give to each of them? I'm curious.
Oh, I think the jury is still out a little bit in terms of where we're going to see the biggest winners here. So there's definitely a range of grades.
Yeah, cool. I can't wait. All right.
But I think right now, as I'm understanding it, the Meta is not going to get as much of the access to data that I would have hoped to see in this and to be able to get as much benefit from it. So I think Amazon, the consumer, the advertisers are really the ones, those are the A students, whereas Meta might not be benefiting as much from this because they're not going to be getting as much data back as potentially would be available and on the opportunity to. Sounds like Amazon's not willing to give that data back. So obviously, it's going to create less friction for the customers, better experience. We're going to see increased conversion, which ultimately makes the experience and the advertising more valuable. Great for Meta, but in terms of being able to how they can lever that data, if they're not getting the complete cycle, I think maybe not quite as valuable as we might be hoping it would have been for them. So they might not be an A student right now.
So interesting. So you think good move for Amazon, maybe not so much for Meta, or curious, time will tell.
I think still a winner and better than where they are right now. But with the data, I'm not sure that it's necessarily an A+ move for them.
Okay. Anne, what do you think? You got anything to add on that?
I mean, this was a huge week for Amazon.
It really was.
And actually I think what the more important story kind of broke after this, which is actually the announcement with Snap, because I think that's the most growth potential for them, given the audience that's on Snap and now able to transact within the Snap platform as well. I think, like Cassie said, huge benefits for Amazon here. I think this also helps them get more retailers on the platform, gets more spending on ads in the Amazon platform, and then also benefits creators. Chris, you were talking about this last week, where when we started to see Facebook starting the subscription program for the creators on these platforms, like now you have the creators who are able to tie this into their Amazon affiliate accounts, that page. They're able to take people right to that and still get the credit, so that those brands now have a better picture of the efficacy of their campaigns with creators, of the ads that they're putting on Amazon and other platforms. And I think those are really the people that benefit here, along with what Cassie said, the seamless customer checkout experience that I think is really where we're headed, and is a smart move from both parties. Like you said, if you can't beat them, join them. Like, how do you figure out how to make that perfect marriage happen so that more seamless transaction can happen in general on these platforms?
Yeah, it's a pretty overt move from Amazon this week. I mean, to announce Snap and Meta in the same week, and it's not like they haven't tried social commerce themselves. Remember the failed Spark experiment from a few years ago? So it seems like they're just saying, okay, we're all in on this. We're just going to be the conduit for commerce off these platforms, which is a really bold thing for them to actually say and start to do. So, Chris C, any other thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what all you guys have said so far. I mean, I think it actually speaks to the Pinterest partnership with Amazon too. Like, that's the first big partnership that they're doing that's similar to this. And I think it speaks to how well that partnership's working. I think we're going to see even more of these start to roll out. Chris, it kind of triggered a thought for me. The last piece you said about, bringing a trusted commerce platform to social commerce. I think that's exactly what Amazon fills here. Is they fill the role of having a trusted platform where when you're making a purchase, you know what you're going to get, that you're going to see unbiased reviews, you're going to have a very easy, smooth checkout experience. So I think this is just another way Amazon's embedding themselves in the transactions happening outside of Amazon.com.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's the point I would make on this too. And I think there's a big lesson for the retail audience to take from this based on what you just said. And that is, you need to get on board with technology that's going to give you real-time visibility and the availability of your inventory in your ads on these commerce platforms. Otherwise, Amazon's going to sneak in there and snake it from you very, very quickly. And it's going to be the preferred option for many people trying to shop ads on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snap. You have to go in that direction. So if you haven't listened to our podcast with Lucky, which is all about the technology that enables that to happen, I think you should. But the one last point I would make that I think has been missing from this discussion is TikTok. I'm curious, anyone have thoughts on that? Like, where does Amazon go with TikTok? How do they think about that angle? Anne, you got any thoughts there?
I mean, I think that there's still some apprehension working with TikTok. Like, there's still like a lot of countries that are banning it. There's still hurdles to get over, I think, with that platform. And TikTok has taken some pretty strong moves to create e-commerce facilities of their own. They're looking at product fulfillment on their own. Now, whether or not that'll be successful and they end up defaulting to Amazon is another thing. But I think there's still some hesitancy with that platform, unfortunately, for Amazon in this case. But that, I don't know.
Kind of feels like a defensive move by Amazon too against TikTok in a lot of ways.